Okay, this is going to be systems word problems part 2. So let's look at a couple of different types of equations here. Let's look at this one, not as advanced as the other one. Ava is thinking of two numbers. Their sum, okay, sum is 48, and their difference is 16. So what are the numbers? All right, so again, we've got to define our variable. So we're looking for what? Numbers. And how many? 2. So we need to think of something for one number, and the other one is going to be the second number. This one I would just use x and y. X would be the first number, y will be the second number. All right, what does sum mean in math? Sum is add. What does difference mean in math? Difference is subtract. So if the sum of the two numbers is 48, that means x plus y is equal to 48. And if the difference of the two numbers is 16, that means x minus y is 16. Now, how would you solve that? Look at this. This one's actually kind of easy because it already has your opposite coefficient. So all we're going to do is draw our bar, put our plus sign, and then add your columns together. 1x, remember that's a 1x and this is a 1x. 1x plus 1x is 2x. Your y's cancel each other out. 48 plus 16, 8 and 6 is 4. Carry your 1, that's 5, you get 64. So 2 goes into 64. 2 goes into 6, 3, 2 goes into 4 twice. So x, so the first number is 32. Well, how do you find the second number? Well, all you got to do is take the 32 and plug it into one of the x's. I'm going to go the top one because there's no negative sign up there. So I'm going to have 32 plus y equals 48. And then I would subtract 32 from each side. And y is going to equal 16. So my second number is 16. And that's my answer for that problem. Okay? All right. Let's look at this one. There are 30 animals in a barn. These animals are cows and chickens. All right, important. 30 animals. There are 84 legs in all. Okay? How many of each are chickens and how many are cows? All right, so if we're going to define our variables, our two things that we're looking for are what kind of apples? So what kind of animals? We have cows and we have chickens. Now again, you can use whatever variable you want, but since they both start with a C, I'm just going to use x and y. I'm going to say cows is x and chickens is y. All right, so here's the first thing that we need to look at. We are looking at animals for a total number of 30. So that's a total number of 30 animals. And we have a total number of legs at 84. So first of all, animals are just going to be cows and chicken. And to get the total, you're at it. It's going to be cows plus chickens is going to be 30. Okay, that's the easy one. Now the next one, you got to think about it. We're talking about legs. Well, how many legs do a cow have? 4. How many legs does a chicken have? 2. So if we have 3 chickens, how many legs is that? 6. 3 times 2 is 6. If we have 4 cows, how many legs is that? Well, 4 cows times 4 legs is 16. So we are going to put that designated number of legs in front of each variable. So since cows is x, we're going to say 4x plus, and chickens have 2 legs, 2y, for a total of how many legs? 84. Now when we go from there, we need to look to see what we can eliminate. Now we do not have the same or opposite coefficients, but we do, looking at the coefficients, this is a 1. 1 can go into 4 evenly, and this is a 1 in front of the y, and 1 can go into 2 evenly. So do we want to eliminate the x's by making that a negative 4x, or do you want to eliminate the y's by making that a negative 2? I always like to work with smaller numbers, so I'm going to multiply the top. Now if I have a positive 2 down here, I need a negative 2 up top. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 2. So I'm going to get negative 2x minus 2y equals negative 60. I bring that second one down. 4x plus 2y equals 84. And then I add them together. And again, you've got your 3 columns to put together. Negative 2x plus 4x is 2x. And 84 minus 60 is 14. Is that right? 8, no, 24. It's 24. Is that right? Sorry, brain fart. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 24. All right, so then I divide by 2, and x is 12. So what did I just find out? I found out that there are 12 cows. So I have 12 cows. Okay, now I can either do one of two things. Mentally, well, if I have 30 animals and I have 12 cows, what's 30 minus 12? That's going to be 18. Or take this 12 and just do what I basically did in my head and put it up there with the x. So 12 plus y equals 30. You subtract 12 from each side, and y is going to be equal to 18. And again, what does y represent? Chickens. So we have 18 chickens. Okay? All right, another one. Jake is running a concession stand at a football game. He sells hot dogs and sodas. Hot dogs cost $1.25 each, and sodas are $75 each. At the end of the game, Jake made a total, look at it, total amount of money of $58.75. And he sold, oops, that was supposed to be hot dogs. I forgot to change that when I rewrote this. Hot dogs. So we have a total of 65 hot dogs and sodas combined. How many soda and hot dogs did he sell? Okay, so what are the two things that we're looking for? We're looking for sodas and hot dogs. Okay. Oh, this one I'm going to use S for sodas and I'm going to use H for hot dogs. All right, so we know how much each cost and we know how many total there were. So first of all, how many total items were sold? 65. So sodas plus hot dogs equals 65. Now, we got to figure out the money aspect. If hot dogs are $1.25 and the sodas are 75 cents and we made $58.75, then you are going to bring in $1.25 for the hot dogs. So this is going to be plus 1.25 for the hot dogs for a total of $58.75. And then we have the sodas were 75 cents. So 75 cents for the sodas. All right, now looking at that, we don't have any same or opposite coefficient, so we're going to have to make it. We talked about how we have to rig it in class. So these are, again, 1. And so 1 can go into 75 cents and 1 can go into $1.25. Just depends on what you want to do. I'm going to deal with the sodas. If this is a positive 75 cents on the bottom, I need a negative 75 cents at the top. So I'm going to multiply the entire top by negative 0.75. Okay, so I'm going to have negative 0.75 sodas minus 0.75 hot dogs equals, and when I multiply 0.75 negative times 65, I'm going to get $48.75. All right, now bring the other one down. I have 75 cents for the soda plus $1.25 for the hot dogs equals $58.75. Okay, now I've got my columns and I just add my columns here. So equals 75 cents cancels out. $1.25 minus 75 is going to be 50 cents. So that's going to be 0.50 cents a hot dog. And then $58.75 minus $48.75 is going to be 10. So if you take 10 and divide by 50, 10 divided by 50, or 50 cents, is going to be 20. All right, so I sold 20 hot dogs. All right, well, how do you figure out how many sodas he sold? Look, 20, be easy. For H, just put in here. So sodas plus 20 hot dogs equals 65. I subtract 20 from each side, so how many sodas did he sell? He sold 45 sodas. So 45 sodas. All right, so there's the answer on that one. All right, let's do this one. Let me give you the last one we'll do. All right, your family goes to a restaurant for dinner. There are 8 people in your family. Some order the chicken for $12.95. Some order the steak for $21. If the total bill was $143.85, how many of each kind of dinner was purchased? All right, so what kind of dinners do we have? We have chicken and we have steak. Here, I'm going to use just chicken and steak. So now I know that there were how many people in the family? 8. So that means I had to spend for 8 people. So the chicken dinners plus the steak dinners has to equal for a total of 8 people. Okay. And then the rest of it's kind of simple. $12.95 for a chicken. So $12.95 for a chicken plus $21 for a steak is going to equal $143.85. All right, now with this one, I would eliminate the steaks because it's not a decimal. So if this is a $21 for a steak at the top, I need to have a negative $21 for a steak at the bottom. I need it at the top. So I'm going to multiply by negative 21. So I'll multiply everything by negative 21. So I have negative 21 chicken minus 21 steak equals 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is a negative 168. And then I'm going to bring that $12.95 for the chicken plus the $21 for the steak. It's going to be $143.85. And then I'm going to add it together. And again, you add your columns together. Equals. Steaks are gone. So we have a negative 21 minus $12.95, which is going to be $8.05 for the chicken. And then we have a negative 168 minus $143.85, which is going to give me $24.15. So then I divide by 805, and let's see, divided by $8.05, I get 3 chickens. Okay, so 3 people ordered chicken. How do I figure out how many ordered steak? Simple. Where does the 3 go? Goes up here in place of the C. So I'm going to have 3 plus steak equals 8. Subtract 3, so steak is going to equal 5. So 5 people ordered the steak. Okay. All right, miss you guys. Keep up the good work and get your work done. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.